As the studio lights slowly dimmed, leaving only a single beam of light remaining, Jungkook's silhouette emerged behind the microphone. There, in the silent space filled with an inexplicable tension, there seemed to be something different about him. He wasn't just a young singer preparing a new song, but someone embarking on a new phase in his career. A mysterious atmosphere seemed to surround him, calm, mature, yet imbued with meaning. Many wondered, was this a sign of the beginning of a new era for Jungkook and the music he would create? After years of being known as the lead vocalist of BTS, Jungkook was now showing a different side of himself. No longer just the energetic magne on stage, but an artist experimenting, exploring new spaces within himself. In every recording session, in every note that escaped his lips, there was a distinct sincerity and maturity. Jungkook seemed to be singing no longer simply to please fans, but to convey something, a message he hadn't yet fully expressed, but which was slowly beginning to be felt in his singing. This atmosphere has been particularly strong since Jungkook completed his mandatory military service, along with the other BTS members. The long hiatus from the entertainment industry apparently gave him space to reflect, rest, and find a new direction. After his return, he appeared calmer, more charismatic, and more mysterious. Many Korean music observers have said that Jungkook now exudes the energy of a true artist, someone who has gone through many phases and is now ready to embark on a new chapter in a more conscious and controlled manner. On several occasions, especially when he appeared at international events like New York Fashion Week with Calvin Klein, this aura has become even more pronounced. Jungkook appears with a much bolder yet elegant style, combining simplicity with his signature assertiveness. No longer simply displaying his radiant idol charm, he demonstrates a deeper artistic side, as if setting the stage for a new narrative about himself. Every step he takes now seems designed to convey the impression that Jungkook is not just a Korean pop singer, but a global artist in the midst of evolution. This shift became even more evident when, in an interview, Jungkook stated that BTS is preparing their best album yet. The statement sounds simple, but the way he delivered it has left many thinking deeply. Jungkook speaks, not as the exuberant teenager he once did, but as someone who knows all too well the burdens and expectations he carries. "We have to be at our best," he says. The sentence reflects a new awareness that after more than a decade in the music industry, every step they take now carries a much greater artistic responsibility. But what's most interesting about Jungkook today is how he uses the microphone. While once it was simply a tool for him to sing, now it seems like an extension of his soul. He holds it in a different, meaningful way, as if every second behind the microphone is a spiritual moment. During recordings or concerts, his expression is often deeper than before, his eyes closed as if he's talking to himself. There's a sense that music is no longer just entertainment for him, but the most honest form of communication between himself and the world. His bandmate, Suga, once said that Jungkook is experiencing a big breakthrough in his singing. He's no longer confined to a specific style or limiting genre, but is instead embracing a wide range of sounds. From soft R&B to emotional rock, Jungkook is experimenting with a new boldness. And in each experiment, he reveals a more vulnerable yet powerful version of himself, a combination rarely seen in the K-pop world. Many music producers who work with him say that Jungkook now possesses an extraordinary emotional sensitivity. He feels music not from his head, but from his heart. This change is also reflected in his visual aesthetic. Jungkook now often appears with a more minimalist, yet symbolic concept. In photo shoots, he often uses dim lighting and compositions that emphasize silhouettes, not faces. Some fans call this style Jungkook's shadow era, a time when he doesn't explicitly assert himself, instead letting the atmosphere speak for itself. This decision has created immense curiosity among ARMY, while also reinforcing Jungkook's image as a mysterious, introspective, and enigmatic figure. It's not just his appearance, but also his increasingly mysterious behavior on social media. Jungkook deleted his old posts and restarted his Instagram account with a new logo that read, Jungkook of BTS. This simple symbol signaled his desire to introduce a new version of himself. Not a break with the past, but an evolution of what already existed. With this move, Jungkook demonstrated that he wanted to be known not only as a member of a legendary group, but also as an individual with his own artistic direction. However, such a major change certainly isn't easy. Jungkook is aware that his every move will be watched by millions of eyes around the world. Fan expectations are high, especially after the massive success of his solo album Golden. The world is eager to see what he will do next, and whether he can surpass his previous success. But beneath the pressure, Jungkook appears calmer. In interviews, he often says that he simply wants to be honest with his music. He wants to sing with his true feelings, not based on market demands or trends. This is what has led many observers to believe that we are at the beginning of a new era, not just for Jungkook, but for BTS as a group. After a long hiatus and a temporary separation due to military service, they are now ready to return with renewed energy. But unlike their previous comebacks, this one feels more personal, more reflective, and perhaps even more emotional. Jungkook, with all his mystery behind the microphone, seems to be at the center of this larger narrative. When Jungkook sings in the studio or performs on stage, there are moments when the entire room seems to stop breathing. He closes his eyes, lowers his head slightly, and lets his soft voice fill the air. Behind that calm, there's a profound power that's hard to explain. Many fans say they can feel something in Jungkook's singing, a kind of raw honesty. He sings not to show off his vocal abilities, but to share his emotions. That's what makes the atmosphere around Jungkook so unique, mysterious, yet full of warmth. Now, with all the transformations underway, Jungkook seems ready to step into a wider musical world. He wants to be known not just for his beautiful voice or stunning performances, but for his artistic depth. The microphone is no longer a symbol of performance, but a tool of communication between him and the universe. And perhaps, therein lies the true meaning of the mystery surrounding him. He's speaking a language that only those willing to listen with their hearts can understand. Jungkook's new era will likely be marked by more experimental music, more personal lyrics, and more symbolic visuals. But most importantly, it marks the birth of Jungkook as a full-fledged artist, not just a star. In every soft whisper behind the microphone, in every note he releases, there's a strong desire to show who he truly is, not the version molded by the entertainment world, but the one born of a long journey toward maturity. And perhaps, beneath all the mystery, there's a simple message he wants to convey, that true music is born from honesty. Jungkook has grown, changed, and dared to face himself. In this new era, the microphone isn't just a tool for singing, but a symbol of transformation. A new beginning that brings hope, not just for him, but for everyone who has followed the long journey of a young man who has become a legend, Jungkook, the vocalist writing the most important chapter of his life.